Live from Charlottesville, Virginia. It's my road trip. Heading home. Okay. Let's get you oriented. It is 11:43 a.m. in Charlottesville, Virginia, USA, affectionately known as Podunkville. I put on my emergency flashers as I pull out next to a giant truck to give myself a fighting chance of being seen, even though I can't see. I strongly advise you to use this strategy whenever pulling out. Just make it a habit, because one day you will save yourself an accident. Now I will turn off my emergency flashers and proceed to head home. We'll be heading west on Route 250. And while I was inside the store shopping, much to my delight, the outside temperature increased from 54 when I arrived to a very nice 59 degrees right now, which means that I may be able to take my run outdoors rather than schwitz on the treadmill. But we'll see. We shall see. Heading north now on Old Ivy Road, as opposed to New Ivy Road, which is a much bigger street. But in the old days, this is how you went out to the pleasant area known as Ivy outside Charlottesville. And I believe Meriwether Lewis grew up on a plantation there called Locust Grove, or Locust Hill, one of the two. I just read a novel about Meriwether Lewis. It was very good. What was that called, that novel? I Shall Be Extremely Happy in Your Company. Yes, that was the name of the book. I strongly recommend it to you. I should be extremely happy in your company. That was a line from a letter from Meriwether Lewis to George Rogers Clark. Who were forming their expedition party for their great journey to the Pacific Northwest in 1819, I believe. Though I could be wrong. Now heading north on the Interstate 250-29 bypass. In about a half a mile, I'll be exiting the bypass to head west on Barracks Road, which will take me to the entrance to my little subdivision. You say, Barracks Road. Why is it called Barracks Road, Joe? Well, it turns out that during the Revolutionary War, late 1700s, George Washington's mercenaries, the Hessians, were were housed on the road now called Barracks Road. And in fact, the area around it is called Hessian Hills, because that's where the Hessians lived. So, left turn onto Barracks Road, and we're almost up. Once again, the check engine light remains on, and it's going to remain on until I take the vehicle in for an oil and filter change at some point. I've driven about 1,000 miles since that was done in June, and even though the little sign says to do it again in 6 months, November 22nd, or at 64,600K, since I'm only at 59.8K, which is less than a K more than I had when they last did it. I'm going to probably wait a few months. I try to take the vehicle out at least every 2 weeks just to move it, because I think that's really a good idea. But for instance, today's trip is the first time I've gone anywhere. Well, no, I was at the vet 3 weeks ago. Okay, and I'll be going to the vet again on Thursday, in 2 days, for a checkup on Vanta's mites issue in her ears, which she had last time, her first visit. And then that'll be it for the indefinite future. That'll probably be the last, Thursday will probably be the last time I move the car this year. Thursday, December 1st. Should move it mid-December, but probably won't get around to it. For sure, though, January 1st, right? Just to celebrate the new year. 2023! Wow, that's a weird looking year, 2023. Good year. Good year. I like 2023. Now, both of the World Cup games that started at 10 a.m. should pretty much be coming to a close right about now. Let's see, 10 a.m., 90 minutes makes it 11:30, 20 minutes for halftime, 11:50, stoppage time 5 to 10 minutes, so probably in stoppage time for the second half right now, probably 5 or 10 minutes to go in each game. That would be my guess. Other great news is that The Peripheral has its 8th and final episode series on Prime this coming Friday. Working backwards, that means I can start watching it. So I like to watch 2 episodes a night, so 2, and I'm all set. So I've been waiting for that for 2 months, so that'll be very nice. And here I am, pulling in. There's Vanta in the window. No kitty in the window. That's okay. It's not a requirement. This live stream is over.